The greatest spectacle in racing is just days away. I'm here in Indianapolis. I'm talking with the Grand Marshal just announced, Dylan Sprouse. And this is just such an exciting time in Indy. First of all, what do you know about the Indy 500?
Well, I've been obviously aware of the kind of tidbits and facts. I know that, this weekend we're experiencing potentially some bad weather, but the fact that, the Indy 500 has only been canceled for the two world wars, I think we're going to be able to see this one through. Um, Besides that, obviously this is a major sporting event. My family is really into it. My dad's an auto body mechanic, so he's immensely happy that I'm doing this. And Indiana is where we shot recently our movie, The Duel, which was announced today. So the fact that the Indy group in general has accepted us in and allowed me to do this, we're very, very pumped.
Yeah, and tell us more about the duel. I know what parts of Indiana was it shot in? What's the plot? Give us the scoop.
We shot all over the state, honestly, while we were there. This was about 2 years ago now, but we shot in Bedford, Carmel. We shot up at the lake for a minute. We went to the underground cavern river system. We shot an inferno room. We shot everywhere over there. And it was kind of perfect timing because even though it was during COVID, obviously Indiana opened their doors to us and allowed us to do and shoot wherever we wanted. And so we immediately felt pretty home. So honestly, I keep saying to the rest of the cast and the team that Indiana is arguably the biggest character in this movie.
That's great to hear. So what is the duel about? What do people need to know when it comes out this summer?
The Duel is a dark comedy about a friend group that is slowly breaking apart and wrapped up into extracurricular circumstances when they decide to settle their debates via old school dueling to the death. And so it's a very fun movie that centers around a group of people my age and a little younger. And it's really it's a kind of buddy-centric dark comedy movie about following through on your word.
Yeah, and a lot of your castmates are actually, I read that are going to be at the 500 with you. They're going to walk the red carpet, your wife. What's that like getting to share this with all of them?
I mean, I'm glad that you asked. It's for me, this is the first movie I've done in my adulthood where every single cast member and crew member even were genuine friends of mine before we shot the movie. So the fact that we're all doing this together now, it's going to be not only, I think, a great way to kind of bring the movie in as well as see this amazing sporting event that we're all really pumped to see. But also a good way to hang out with all of my genuine friends that I hang out with already. So this is a pretty cool experience for me, and I think in general, I couldn't think of any better way to kind of bring in the launch of the movie than something like this.
Yeah, and you got asked to be the Grand Marshal. We obviously have Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, Ken Griffey Jr. We have just this great group of celebrities you included as the Grand Marshal. What were you told ahead of time, knowing what the Grand Marshal's about?
I mean, I obviously knew a little bit about the Grand Marshal position in general. But my worry has been I'm not sure I have the voice to do it justice. Like I've kind of I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I had this dream where I like got up to the mic and gave a very squeaky read. I don't want to do that. So I've been practicing, and I'm trying to decide whether I'm going Bruce Buffer or I'm going, my normal level. So we'll see. When we're out there, we'll see. If I go Bruce Buffer, just support me, okay?
I will absolutely support you. I know that hundreds of thousands of fans will too, watching there and from home. And IndyCar, you have another experience that you rode in one of the cars. What was that like?
Yeah, that was down in Long Beach, which is great because that's where my mom's side of the family is from. So it was cool seeing the streets turned into that. That was my first time going to that particular race. But I mean, it's amazing. They do not prepare you for how fast that is. I think that you either have to be an IndyCar driver or you have to be a professional wrestler to have neck muscles that strong. Because when you are whipping around those turns, your head is all the way to the side. That is a lot of G's there. But it was so fun. I don't think I've ever gone that fast, that low to the ground in my life. I'm realizing now I'm more of a cruiser. So I was scared.
Yeah, that would be scary as well. So last question. Obviously, we know you and your brother grew up watching you guys on the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Did you tell Cole about getting the Grand Marshal role when it was announced for you before it was announced to the public?
I haven't yet. I wanted him to see it and not, and that way there's no debate. It's just sorry, man, it's set in stone. I do believe that he went to, I think it was last year's Indy race, but I don't think he was the Grand Marshal. I could be
Mhm.
wrong. But I don't think he was the Grand Marshal. So I am his older brother. I got to hang these things over him a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. He was not the Grand Marshal. You are the Grand Marshal this year. We can't wait to see you at the Indy 500 on Sunday. Thanks a lot, Dylan.
Thanks so much.
Yep.